got a divisional matchup, 8:15 Saturday night on CBS. We've got the Patriots going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Third time they've met this season. Patriots took round 1, Bills took round 2. I'm curious to find out what happens in this one. I want to see what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about a game that's hard to predict. This is arguably even more hard to predict. I mean, two teams that are so familiar with one another, obviously matching up twice, splitting, neither sweeping each other, obviously both getting a game in the regular season. I think it's going to be based off trends. And recently, I think the Bills have been better than the Patriots. That being said, it's Bill Belichick in the playoffs with a better team. Not with a better team, with a good team. I was thinking Belichick missed the playoff last year. And I think if you're looking at experience wise, may play into it. I think Mac Jones, what the Patriots have been really good, what they've been able to do, is implement more and more into that playbook as each game goes on. And I think that might be a downfall of this Bills team. But obviously, we saw the Bills, manhandle the Jets. So never mind. I mean, that's not much of an accomplishment. Surge can tell you. I think it's tough. I think it's a really tough game because, looking at offensively, defensively, I think the Patriots take the better defense. But then you look at the Bills have a great defense as well. And I think that's what's going to take them through. This Bills defense, I think, can play deep. They have veterans on that team, obviously, with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. It's tough for me. It's really tough. I want to hear your guys' predictions. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. I think this game could go to OT, but that being said, I think the Bills, with how they have been playing recently, this is a better team than New England Patriots. That's who I'm going to go for. This game, again, to me is a complete toss-up. Surge, what do you think?
Now, recency bias, a lot of people are going to say Bills. I'm actually going to go Patriots. It's an upset pick. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I go for that is that I know everyone's going to say, the Patriots have been very poor recently, and they've played bad football against teams like Indianapolis, Buffalo, Miami. But they are a team that's built for the playoffs. They can run the ball well. They don't have a great quarterback, but they have a serviceable enough quarterback in Mac Jones. And they have a defense that can lock down the secondary. And the Buffalo Bills cannot run the ball well. I mean, they were able to do it against the Jets with Devin Singletary. They were able to do it against the Falcons. But those aren't exactly elite defenses. So you're going against a much better defense in New England. And your really only elite option, I feel like, is Josh Allen on that offense. I mean, obviously Stephon Diggs, but he's the guy that they rely on. If he doesn't do well, the team doesn't do well. And when you have New England, who have so many great not great weapons, but they're a much more complementary football team that can play. They can beat you many different ways. Going into the playoffs, I think they can win this. So I'm going to go Patriots.
Yeah, I think that's very fair.
Yeah.
All the material I prepared for this section pointed towards New England. They have the one flaw that they have is their run defense. And the Bills have pretty much just said, we have a bigger flaw, our run offense. New England don't have serviceable enough wide receivers. Buffalo said, you know what? We'll get some injuries in the last week and let you guys throw on us.
With injuries?
I think Darius Williams. Not Darius Williams. What am I saying? What's it called? Levi Wallace. He's the one. Mm-hmm. But everything I've prepared says the Patriots should win this game. So naturally, I'm going to pick the Bills. I just don't see them Mac Jones being able to go shot for shot again, or even Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, Brandon Bolden being able to go shot for shot against Josh Allen. And at the end of the day, as much as people want to make this game out to be a defensive game, you cannot be holding Josh Allen to under 20 points in the playoff game. It's not going to happen. And I don't think the Patriots have the ability to outscore him. I'm picking the Bills. I'm very reluctant because everything I'm looking at says I should be picking the Patriots. Everything I've thought about, everything I've researched says I should be picking the Patriots. I'm going with my gut. I'm going with Josh Allen. Give me the Bills.
What is it that's telling you to pick the Patriots?
The fact that Duke Johnson ran for 117 yards and a touchdown on them. The fact that Jonathan Taylor ran for 120 yards and a touchdown on them. The fact for that, what's it called? In all of their losses, they gave up lots of yards and a touchdown. Their wins, no run game against them.
So who is it to say that there's not going to be a run game against them today?
Devin Singletary. But I'm picking the Bills, so go ahead.
Okay. I agree. It's actually a pretty close one. I think it may come down to the weather. And I mean, as crazy.
Wait, this is in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, it's in Buffalo. The forecast is cold with chance of snow. If it snows, I'm picking the Patriots.
Just
if it
classic
doesn't, I'm picking the Bills. That's it. because the snow puts Bill Belichick's expertise to another level. If not, I mean, second time we saw these teams play, Josh Allen had his way with this incredible Patriots defense. Didn't snow, and Allen had, I believe, 345 yards and 3 touchdowns, 314 and 3 touchdowns. He did what he wanted to this top defense in the NFL. But when it snowed, obviously the Patriots had the edge. I'm going to take my chances and say I'm not going to predict the weather, but I'm going to predict this game. I'm going to predict a Bills win for this one. I think they've looked more impressive recently, and with the inexperience at quarterback position, this defense can make Josh Allen jittery, but with Mac Jones at quarterback, I think they're just starting off at a disadvantage, and that heart of that offense, they're gonna struggle a little bit to move against a strong Bills defense. So
I think it could be a very, very similar game to the divisional matchup we saw between the Bills and the Ravens. Or not the division match, or was it what?
Yeah,
that was
it was
wild.
division.
That was the division match. Yeah, right. I remember Charlie, we were watching that last year, and I think it kind of came down to the end. They got that turnover in the end zone. It was cold in Buffalo, and yeah, I think maybe I mean I think New England and Buffalo, obviously the temperatures in Buffalo and kind of the climate's a little bit more severe, but I don't think temperature, like, obviously weather might play into as big of a role. Not to mention that New England have been there this season, have won there this season. So I mean, I think, Serge, you have all the right to take the Patriots. I really do. I think I'll take the Bills, but this is a very close game. They're teams that know each other, and teams that know each other make for the best playoff matchups. And I think this could come down to I think this could be a very low scoring game. I think this could be a game that defenses hold on. And I think Serge, for that, while I have the Bills, I think Patriots having a run game might just give them that edge. But I'm going to stick with the Bills. But